Yo, welcome back to the Boomer Bust podcast. It's been a minute, but season 2 is here. I'm your host, Shoot to Rock. I'm here with my boys, Matt and JJ. How are we doing today, boys?
Chilling, man. Feels good to be back. Season
Yeah,
two, it's a new season of hot takes, and I'm ready for it.
yeah. I've been doing well. Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Start of the football season. I don't think there's a better time. It's September. It's time to grind. Let's throw some blasphemous takes out here today.
Yes, sir. So if you are listening or watching us today, welcome back. We've made it. Football season's here. So today, what we're usually going to do here for our Wednesday night records that come out on Thursday, we're bringing back the pick six that we did last year. But this year, instead of just picking 6 games, we all are going to be picking 6 teams that we think will win on Thursday, Sunday, or Monday. But once one person takes them, they're going to be off the board. So it's going to be like a snake draft here. We're each going to have 6 teams, see who racks up the most wins and losses throughout the week. Just straight winners. So we're starting here with week 1. We got Kansas City, Detroit is the first game. But Matt, the board is yours. Who is your team that you think is going to win this week? Your most confident team?
Um, it's pretty easy for me. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think last year
The Jaguars.
they were a little lackluster in terms of being ready, being that team that can make a push at least for like a contending playoff spot. So they're playing the Indianapolis Colts. That team is just absolutely, I hate to say it, but abysmal. I mean, they drafted Anthony Richardson. I do think he will be really good in a couple of years, but you got to give him some time. So, but my bet is give me the Jacksonville Jaguars for sure. Yeah, Calvin Ridley is back now to play a full season. Last time we saw him, he was arguably a top 20, 25 receiver in the league. So you add Christian Kirk to that from last year with Zay Jones and Evan Ingram, who was low-key like a fantasy merchant last year towards the end of the year. So, yeah, give me the Jags. Nice and easy over the Colts.
All right, JJ, you're up next. Who you got for your first pick?
I'm going to keep it simple. The Cardinals are bad. No Kyler Murray. Their defense is horrible. And give me the Commanders at home. Their defense is better line. And the Cardinals have no DBs to cover their wide receivers. I really like Jahan Dotson too. I think he's going to have a really good game. He'll probably be in my DFS lineup in 1 or 2 different slips as well. And Sam Howell's the truth too. People don't really give him credit, but I think he's going to have a decent year personally. He showed potential a lot at the end of last season. So.
For sure. Yeah, 100%.
I
mean, it's
pick.
pretty easy. Just bet against the Cardinals. They might win maybe 2 games this year.
Very
Like
unserious.
they are really bad.
For me, I'm following suit with my first pick. I'm also just gonna target a bad team. I'm going with Baltimore. I think now if Lamar can stay healthy, he's got his contract. I like that team, how they're looking. So pretty easy for me. I'm gonna go Baltimore with my first pick. On my second one here, I'm gonna stay in the AFC North. I'm going with Cincinnati. I personally just don't think Cleveland. I think they're pretty overrated. I think Cincinnati might be my pick to win the AFC this year. Definitely my pick to win that division. So I like them. I'm gonna go with Bengals and Ravens as my first 2 picks. So back over to you, Jay.
You got a Steelers flag in your background, and you think the Bengals are winning the North.
Hey, I mean, I
Whatever.
can't be a homer. I'm high on the Steelers. We'll come to figure that very soon. The listeners will, but I'm gonna be not homer to these first 2 picks.
Fair enough. Give me this one might be a stretch, but give me the Broncos over the Raiders at home. Open up the new Sean Payton era. I don't think the Raiders are good. I'm not a fan of Jimmy Garoppolo, and I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. And yeah, give me the Broncos. It's Russ season. You know what's happening. They're turning the ship around. That defense is nasty. They got a great head coach. Javonte Williams is healthy and back, according to reports. So, yeah, give me the Broncos.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride, baby. You already know. Let's
Uh,
ride.
I'm gonna
picks
take us
for
to the
you.
NFC North here. I'm gonna take us to the NFC North here with
I
a
can
little bit of
already
a
tell what this pick is.
Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers action. Talk about probably the greatest rivalry in modern day football. And yeah, give me the Chicago Bears. It's plain and simple. with the addition of DJ Moore, you just added Tremaine Edmonds. You got TJ Edwards. That linebacking core is arguably a top 3 to 5 linebacking core in the league. Their front 3 or 4 is a little questionable. They had problems with that in the run game last year. But then you look at their secondary. They got Brisker. They got Eddie Jackson. They got what's their corner? Jalen Johnson. They got some guys that can play back there. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, yeah, you lost David Montgomery, but you got Khalil Herbert. You picked up Dante Foreman from the Panthers, and you got Roshan Johnson from the Texans, from Texas. I'm sorry, but like that team is just too deep. The Packers, Jordan Love, he's been in the league for 4 seasons, and this will be his second start of his career. A lot of question marks coming in, and then I mean, like that defense is just no Rashawn Gary. He's out for a while. They lost so many key pieces, so it's going to be the Bears, and it might be the Bears by 10. So.
Right, you forgot Velus Jones. B12 the GOAT.
A fumble machine. Watch out. Don't put him on the field.
Hey, man, he's a weapon.
Maybe an academic weapon.
All right, you get one more pick, Matt.
It's back to me.
Yeah, you start the third round here.
Bro, snake draft.
Snake draft.
I turn this right back to me.
It's week 1 for everyone.
I'm going to fade Derek on this one. I like Cleveland Browns at home in this spot. Deshaun Watson finally gets some reps in the offseason to play with his team, unlike last year where he was not able to participate in training camp. So I kind of like the Browns in this spot with a little bit of a banged up Bengals team right there going into Cleveland. I think Cleveland wins this game, not by nothing crazy, but I'm going to take Cleveland on this. There's not too much to like about him. I'm just putting a lot of faith here at Deshaun Watson. So best of luck,
Deshaun Watson.
All right, Jay, what do you got?
All right, give me the Seahawks beating the Rams at home.
That's a good one.
No Cooper Kupp. Yeah, I'm going 6-0, 5-0 this week, so you fellows can just chalk me up the W. But yeah, no, the Rams aren't good either. No Cooper Kupp makes this a pretty easy pick for me. I think Geno Smith and, their rushing attack with Kenneth Walker alongside Charbonnet. Very good offense. Tariq Woolen, love him. I'm a big fan of what they do over there in Seattle. And honestly, sleeper, they might win the NFC West. I'm not putting it in a future bet right now, but I'm putting it out there. They could definitely win that division.
That's not a bad take.
If Brock Purdy doesn't continue his magical run from last year, I could easily see the Seahawks winning that division. But that's for a different podcast episode.
All right.
Yeah, Seahawks, give it to me.
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna back up. I like what you're saying there, but I'm gonna wait on that pick potentially. I'm gonna go with the Super Bowl teams from last year's my next 2 picks. I'm kind of surprised Chiefs last this long. Obviously, no Travis Kelce. I like the Lions. I'm not sure I can really have the Lions be my picks, be the NFC North winners this year, but I think they're going to be a playoff team at least. But I just think that Kansas City offense doesn't matter. Pat Mahomes is the best player in the league. Shout out Jeff Biddle.
Yeah, for real.
So I think
the Lions losing Chauncey Gardner sucked, man.
Yeah.
He was going to be a big piece of that defense, bro. Honestly, that one injury kind of it might knock them out of my NFC North predictions, but I don't know. We'll see. I do like the Lions too, The Rock.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kansas City over Detroit, and then I'm gonna go with Philly over New England. I think Philly should probably win the NFC East again. We haven't had a back-to-back winner. I don't know how long. I also just don't think the Patriots, another team, I think just aren't very good. I don't believe in Mac Jones. I think they're probably gonna come in 4th in the AFC East. Philly does have to go on the road, so that's never an easy test against the Patriots. But I honestly just think the Eagles are still that much better. So yeah, I'm going Kansas City and Philly as my next 2 picks. JJ, over to you for pick number 4.
I am back up. All right. This one I was a little hesitant to play. It's NFC East matchup, Cowboys-Giants. I like the Cowboys in this game, but it scares me because Dak's kind of he's a pick turnover machine. Like he's always scary to bet on. But I think the Cowboys just have a more talented team, and CeeDee Lamb should have 100 yards, probably a tug in that game. And yeah, the Cowboys, they always open up Sunday Night Football week 1, and yeah, give me the dub over the G-men.
All right, I'm going to take it to arguably, probably, in my opinion, I would argue it's the game of the week in Miami against the Chargers going into Los Angeles.
Game of the
It's
week.
got to be the game of the week.
Bro, that's like
Weekend, bro. Niners, Steelers.
there's like 4 games better
That's
than that
blasphemous.
one.
Bro, Jets.
I
Bills?
disagree. I disagree hard. No. I mean, yeah, Jets Bills is good, but I think Miami Chargers could be
Okay.
better. I mean, you got two high-powered offenses. Two is going to be back.
Two
You get a-
non-playoff
You get a
teams.
full season, hopefully, of him.
Noodle
yes, two
arm,
non-playoff teams.
Tua. Get
The
out of
hating,
here.
the hating is
non-playoff
crazy.
teams.
Your quarterback wears 2 gloves. Your quarterback wears 2 gloves. Stop it.
Dude, Kenny Pickett could throw lefty farther than Tua can. Like,
Yeah, but he might go 7 touchdowns to 9 interceptions this year again. So I'd be scared if I was a Steelers fan. But let me get this pick out. Gosh, Chargers, Dolphins. I like the Chargers in this spot. I really think they're going to be a team contending for that AFC championship this season. I mean, they've been on the fringe the last 2-3 years. They're bringing in a new head coach, or I might be mistaken, offensive coordinator, and Kellen Moore. Though I like him a lot from Dallas. And I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. It's gonna be a shootout, but I lean the Chargers in this one just straight because of Justin Herbert over the quarterback matchup. My next game,
this is the last pick, right?
yeah.
No, you have one more pick after this.
I think I'm gonna go Titans Saints. I like the Saints in this spot. I mean, you get Derek Carr. I know Kamara's not gonna be playing, and I don't trust the Titans enough. I know they got DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry. Arguably, you could say 3-4 years ago, those were probably 2 of the top 5 scariest players in the league. However, Derrick Henry with injuries recently and D-Hop just not being totally healthy, I don't trust this Titans team. And maybe I should start by saying I don't trust Ryan Tannehill as much. So I'm going to lean Derek Carr. They're going into New Orleans, into the Superdome. Give me the Saints in this spot.
Well, to wrap up my 6-pack of the week,
No, that's all your 5th pick. now.
give me the Bills.
Okay.
Give me the Bills over the Jets, raining on Aaron Rodgers' coming out party. Yeah, I think the Bills are still one of the top teams in the AFC. I know this game's in or at the New York Jets, but yeah, give me the Bills. Josh Allen is better than Rodgers, and their defenses are not as far apart as many people are making them out to be. And I think the Bills have a better offense too at this point, at least from what we've seen. Because, I mean, this Jets team, it's week 1. Their starters didn't play a whole lot in preseason. And, you know, week 1's always rust. So they might not have that connection yet. Give me the Bills.
All right. Well, now, okay, for me, this is my last 2 picks. I have the swing here, but then you two both have one more. Yeah, I'm going to piss off my friends first to start here. I'm going to the Green Bay Packers over Chicago Bears. Do I think Justin Fields will be and is a better quarterback than Jordan Love? Yes. Do I think the Bears love making their fans suffer? Yes. So I think Green Bay, they come in. I think they're still a better team this year than the Bears. I think they come into Soldier Field. Jordan Love, it's a bulletin board game. It's like Colorado TCU last week. You wait all offseason for a bulletin board week 1 game like this. They're going to come to play. I think he has a big game, scares some Bears fans, and yeah, so I'm going Packers. And then my final pick, yeah, I'll be a homer now. Give me this Pittsburgh Steelers against the San Francisco 49ers. I think this is the best spot for Pittsburgh to play San Fran this year.
Book it.
Week 1, there's quarterback controversy in the offseason. Is Brock Purdy really him? Granted, now Bosa being there, originally I didn't expect that. And I think Kenny Pickett's going to take a big step up this year. Give me the Steelers over the Niners.
Kenny, 2 gloves.
Yes, sir. All right, JJ,
Kenny,
your
2
last
gloves.
pick.
All right, so this actually is my last pick. I'm actually going to be on the other side of Lions Chiefs. I'm taking Detroit. I know this is a little sketchy, but no Travis Kelce really changes this game. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Chris Jones is with the Chiefs team right now. I don't know
believe
if
so.
I don't.
No,
Yeah,
he's
I don't believe so. And without those 2 dudes, I think the Lions actually do have enough to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs on Thursday night to kick the season off. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, though. It'll be Lions in a shootout win. That's my last pick.
All right, Matt, your last
right.
pick.
And I'm going to combat that, and we're going to be on opposite sides. And best of luck, my guy. I'm riding with you on this one, Derek. Give me Kansas City Chiefs.
Bro, you can't take Kansas City.
Oh my
Bro, already took
God.
I already took
Dude.
Kansas City.
Bro, who do I have to take, bro? There's
My
like
last pick was
oh.
gonna be the
There's
Steelers,
still a couple
but-
games that haven't been picked. Like no one's touched Carolina, Atlanta. No one's touched the Bucks and the Vikings.
Bro, you're not
Alright,
even
well,
taking
yeah,
your own
let's
team,
just
bro.
be the homer then. I guess it's. I
You don't
mean,
have to. I'm
not
just
taking
saying,
that
but like
Vikings-
you
I'm
can
not
also
taking
take
Vikings
like you
Bucks.
can like go against someone else. Like me and you have two separate picks. You just can't take someone that one of us. Has
I know,
already picked.
but everyone else that you guys picked is also the same on that. So I have Vikings, Bucks to pick from, or
I already
Falcons,
picked the
Panthers.
Vikings.
Oh wait, never mind. So,
So
but you
so
can
I
take the
literally can only
Bucks.
go Atlanta.
You can take a team that like hasn't
I
like
don't know what
that
the
someone.
Bucks are about. Bucks might lose by 64. Give me the Atlanta Falcons, I guess. Then if that's the only spot I have left to take.
Bro, Bills Jets, pick that game.
Yeah, you can pick the
I'm
other side.
Also on the Bills. I'm on the Bills.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
we can go
Bro
down
knows
the whole
ball.
list. We can go down the whole list. Everything that you guys have said, I'm on that side. So I guess I'll go Falcons in this spot. Give me Bijan Robinson. Gonna be the NFL Rookie of the Year. He's gonna be the probably leading rusher, top 3 in that. Give me them over that terrible Carolina front 4. Not terrible. They got Derek Brown, but aside from that, give me Atlanta in that game.
Midget boy Bryce Young. He ain't doing shit.
All right, so that wraps up the first pick 6 of the season. So go through
Are
everyone's
we gonna
teams
have
here.
a graphic? Posted
Yes, I will
to
make
the
a
socials?
graphic. I'll make a graphic,
All right.
or Matt will make a. Someone will make a graphic that'll be out by Sunday. But so let me just go through it here. Matt has the Jaguars, the Bears, the Browns, the Chargers, the Saints, and the Falcons. JJ has the Commanders, the Broncos, the Seahawks, the Cowboys, the Bills, and the Lions. And then I have the Ravens, the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Packers, and the Steelers. So that's how we're looking for week 1. Like I said, now I believe that does touch on all the games. Is there any like spread prop, like any boom bets? Like how are we gonna get business booming week 1 here? What are you guys liking that you've looked at? I know it's still early, but is there anything you want to give to the people early on here on a Wednesday night?
Give me the over Red Rover in Chicago, Green Bay. That game's going to be a shootout. Both defenses are subpar in my opinion. Bears being definitely better, but if the Bears get a lead in that game, I think they hold that lead. Give me that over. I believe it is 52 and or 46 and a half. If I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry. I like the over in that game. Probably favorite play of the week.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the odds right now for that. Well, regardless, I'm gonna take it to tomorrow night's game. We'll be looking at Chiefs wide receiver Sky Moore. I will be taking his over 43.5 receiving yards. Patrick Mahomes has to sling that to somebody, and the Lions are much worse in the secondary than they are up front. They're linebackers, so yeah, I think Sky Moore does a lot in the slot to eat up catches. I might also be looking at his receptions prop, which is not out yet. I can easily see him having a 5-6 catch night for 80 yards. So yeah, 43.5, taking the over on Sky Moore.
Gotcha. Let me just look here.
How about you, Derek? What do you got for
Yeah,
us?
so
What are
that
you gonna
Bears
spoon feed the
Packers
children
is
today?
set at 42.
Oh, even better. Give me 4 extra points.
You got the.
Got the over Red
I
Rover.
love that. I love that, bro.
For me, I haven't
might
done a
have to add
whole
that.
lot of research yet, but early on, like I said, I picked the Chiefs. I'd take them spread too. And then also the other day, I got this DraftKings like happy hour special that was Fields or Hurts. One of them rushed for a touchdown. I got it boosted to plus 100. So
I did
that's
see
what
that.
I'm
I
on
did see
early
that.
here.
Make sure to follow the Boomer Bust Twitter as well. I'm sure that as the season continues to go on, maybe we'll put out some plays that us as a group are riding on, and you can tell along with us. Obviously, bet responsibly. But yeah, that definitely something to keep an eye out for.
For all of our friends out there in the DGens Boomers chat, you will have VIP access to JJ Slate Sunday morning. I will be sending out free VIP premium capper picks for all of the games Sunday. I'll have DFS lineups in there, props, once I dive into the board a little bit more. But yeah.
Join our Discord. Maybe
we-
they'll get sent in there too.
Yeah, or I can drop in the Discord. I'm just saying for our Snapchat, DGens group chat, and for the folks out there watching, you will have unparalleled access.
To JJ spoon feeding you plays.
Let's see if we can get better, man. We're in Moose Piss, but we'll turn it
Yo,
around Saturday.
yo, boys, real quick, can we flash the jerseys? Let's start with you, Derek. What you rocking over there, my boy?
I'm pulling out a pretty old one. Let's see here. Can you see that?
No, lift your
Nah,
hoodie
bro,
up,
lift
lift
the
your hoodie
hood.
up, lift the hood, lift the hood.
Bro's twerk.
OG David
It's twerking on
Carr.
the pod.
David
David
Carr.
Carr,
I didn't want.
I
I didn't want to
like
copy
that.
and go with the Steelers. I also had a couple other ones here that I was thinking about. Matt Castle, Kansas City Chiefs.
Ew, bro. Would you just look for the ugliest jerseys?
Shout out Coles. This Matt
No, is that a
Forte.
creamsicle?
This Matt Forte
That's
jersey.
fire. That's a hard jersey. That's a hard jersey.
And then I couldn't do it because I'm a Steelers fan, but I also do own this one.
Ocho Cinco. Okay,
Yeah,
Derek. I asked
okay.
you to show one jersey, not four. Okay, your
Well,
turn.
I'm
Jay.
just saying I had them all down here because I was debating.
Shit.
That's fair.
We got the Mitchell and Ness stitched Troy Peasy jersey. Come on, hold on. I'll pull a Durat. Start twerking.
Troy Palomalu. I like that. I like that. That's a fire.
You
The
know,
all white. The all white
all-white
Mitchell and
Steelers
Ness. I
jersey.
like that. I like that.
You really can't beat it, bro. I mean, Mitchell and Ness, they do it the best, bro.
Yes,
What
they
you got,
do.
Matty Ice?
Rocking the goat, Matty Ice, number 2. You know, the kid. The kid.
Oh, Matt, too icy.
Oh, Matt,
Big
too
Ben
icy.
Betta. Big Ben
Yeah, Big
Betta.
Ben Vetta.
That's crazy. I'm just flexing a jersey and I'm getting roasted.
Nah, bro. Fire jersey.
Right.
I actually
Fire
like
jersey,
those
fire
Falcons
jersey.
ones.
The little black. Let me stand up. The little fade into black.
Bro, you
know?
need a Piz jersey.
I do. I know. I definitely need a Pitts jersey. But all right, just wanted to flash the jerseys to anyone out there who's any big jersey fans.
All right, so now moving on here, second half of the show after a little week 1 pick, some jersey talks. We're going to look full year, do a little full season preview here. We're going to go division by division, give our picks, and then we're going to give our Super Bowl pick and a dark horse team we think could maybe win the Super Bowl as well. So, starting
I like that.
in the AFC East. Looking at the odds here, most places, actually all 4 books listed have the Bills as the favorites at plus 120. The Jets at second, around like a plus 250. The Dolphins around plus 300. And then the Pats around plus 800. So, who do you guys like to win the AFC East?
Matt, you go first.
I'll kick it off. I like the Miami Dolphins to win the AFC East. Sneaky, low-key pick. It's going to be such a dogfight for the Bills and the Jets. I think the Dolphins might sneak by. I mean, to be honest, they probably should have won the AFC East last year if it wasn't for Tua getting injured. However, the Jets do scare me, and the Bills are always going to be the Bills. But I like the Miami Dolphins. It's a bold pick, but give me Miami.
What
I
about
got
you,
the
Jay?
Buffalo Bills. You know, Rodgers is exciting. That team's pretty loaded. I think the Jets will still make the playoffs as a very high seed in the wild card. But the Bills are still the Bills. Like, they didn't lose much talent from last year when they were one of the best teams in the AFC, if not the best. Yeah, the defense is still good. Their offense is still deadly. I like their rookie additions, especially at tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
That was a good pickup. That was a great pickup.
Yeah, no, like their offense is still very solid. I'm taking the Bills at plus money.
I agree with Jay. I might sprinkle on the Jets. I think when you add a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, I think change the situation. He's going to have a really good year this year. I think, and I agree, definitely think there'd be a playoff team sneaking a wild card. But I don't know. Buffalo, I think, also feels a little bit of sense of urgency. You know, now that Cincinnati's knocked them off back-to-back years, Kansas City's up there, you know, like the Bills' window could be closing quicker than expected. So I think they're going to come out hot this year, come out playing well, playing with some fire. So I'm definitely still going to pick the Bills. But, yeah, I think the Jets are probably also a wild card team and maybe win the division themselves. Moving over to the North. So then the Bengals, I'm seeing anywhere like plus 140 to plus 155, so around plus 150. The Ravens in second at plus 210 to 230, so like plus 220. The Browns around a plus 350, 400, depending on the book. And then the Steelers around plus 450 or 500. Who do we like out of the AFC North?
Start this one off, Derek. It's all you.
Nope, I'm not going to be Homer. I think I get second. I'm going the Steelers come in second, but I still think the Bengals are a better team, win the division. But I think, once again, the North will be putting in at least 2 wild card teams, maybe even Baltimore sneaks in. But I think for sure Pittsburgh and Cincinnati are playoff teams this year, with Cincinnati winning the division.
This pains me so much to say it, but give me the Baltimore Ravens winning the AFC North.
Let's go, Jay. Let's go.
I also think the Steelers leapfrog the Bengals and take the second spot in the division. I know the Bengals are deadly, but the Steelers always play them very tight. And if we can at least get 1 win off them in our series split, I think we'll be fine. And I think the Ravens are retooled and ready to go. Lamar Jackson got his contract. They're relatively healthy for the first time in like 3-4 years. I love their offensive additions. Zay Flowers, I'm a huge fan of. And that defense is still very good, led by Roquan Smith. So, yeah, this division could literally be won by anybody. I think the Steelers being at plus 500 at some books is downright outrageous, considering Mike Tomlin's good for minimum 9-10 wins a year, and he's never proven otherwise. So I don't see how the Steelers finish lower than the Browns do. But yeah, give me the Bengals in this tight AFC North. I think this is the best division in football too.
I'd agree, and I also think with the NFC West being the division that the NFC North plays this year, I think that we're going to see some pretty high win totals in that division.
I'm riding with my boy James on this one. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. The addition of Zay Flowers in the offseason on draft night. Odell Beckham Jr. They got a full, hopefully healthy Mark Andrews. I know he's questionable going into week 1, but I mean, you got Isaiah Likely to back you up. That's great. He's got a plethora of weapons, Lamar, finally, with, like I said, Odell, Zay. You got Bateman, you got Nelson Aguilar, Devin Duvernay, who was arguably their one for 7-8 weeks last year. And then, like Jay said, you look on the defensive side of the ball, leading with Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. You got a lockdown tandem with Marcus Williams and Marlon Humphrey on that left side of the field. And then Kyle Hamilton. I know people aren't super high on him, but he's lengthy. I think he's a project for them. He was drafted last year out of Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken. And I just trust this Baltimore team too much with a healthy Lamar. The Bengals do scare me a little bit, and I think Pittsburgh will find a way to be above 500 like they always do. So that or the AFC West is the 2 toughest divisions, but I lean the North slightly. So I agree with you on that one, Jay. Now you can change it, Derek.
Now I can change it to probably the weakest division in football, the AFC South. Last year's champions, the Jaguars, are at minus 155 or 160. The Titans, once again, are in second at plus 300 or plus 350. Colts around plus 550 at third, and then the Texans at around probably plus 1,000. I mean, is there anyone not going with the Jaguars?
If there's anyone not going with the Jags, speak up.
I'm on the Jags.
Is there any team you think could make the playoffs in this division other than the Jaguars?
No. I mean, Titans have a window, but if I'm being serious, if I'm putting like money on the table, no. It's going to be the Jags and only the Jags coming out of that AFC South, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of that division are even wild card worthy teams.
I don't even think they're competitive, to be honest.
I'd agree. All right, then, yes, going back up in our level of play. AFC West, the Super Bowl champion Chiefs are your favorites at around 170, minus 170. Then we got the Chargers around a plus 300. Broncos plus 600. And then Raiders, I'm seeing you can get them as high as plus 2,000 on BetMGM.
Great bet. Everybody right now go bet that.
Not gambling advice. Yeah, no. Again, anyone, I don't know, Matt, you were a believer in Justin Herbert.
I like the Chargers.
You have the Chargers?
A lot of this Travis Kelce news is scaring me. Chris Jones, like JJ mentioned earlier in the podcast about him not even being there in Kansas City right now, scares me a little bit. I trust Mahomes. The gap between Mahomes and the second best quarterback is, in my opinion, astronomical still. So it's hard for me to bet against the Chiefs. But this Chargers team is deep, man. I really like this Chargers team if they can stay healthy with a new play caller on offense. I'm going to go the Chargers here. This is my second bold one, and we're only in the AFC with the Chargers and the Dolphins. But I'm gonna go the Chargers. If I had to place a bet, I'd say Chiefs, but it's the podcast. It's the Boomer Bust podcast. Come on, we gotta throw some wild cards out there. Give me the Chargers.
Jay, what about you?
I'm not going to be a contrarian and just get a wild card pick because it's the pod. You can't bet against Mahomes. I still think the Chargers have.
Aren't you betting against Mahomes tomorrow?
Yeah, but
I just said.
season long though. Like that dude is going to find a way to win games. Like the Chargers still don't have a good rush offense. Like,
No, that's fair. That's fair.
like with how good Eckler is, like people kind of don't really realize that they have
He's
a very poor rushing
very
offense,
poor, bottom
which is why they
five.
lost to the Jags in the playoff games. They couldn't run out, the second half when they were up by 20. But yeah, no, season long, I would assume that Chris Jones returns with the Chiefs, Travis Kelce gets healthy, and they still got talent out there in Kansas City,
yeah.
man. They turn it over. Andy Reid's arguably the best coach in the league right now.
That's a great conversation to have. That's a
Yeah,
great
I mean,
conversation to have.
he's a great coach. You can't really bet against them, and most teams don't fare well going into Kansas City to
No.
win games. So,
It's true.
yeah, give me the Chiefs.
I agree. I mean, just kind of like I said with our MLB preview, I'm not betting against the Astros, so someone proves me wrong. I'm not betting against the Chiefs. I'm say I like the Chargers probably still as a wild card team again this year.
Yeah,
I
was going to ask if you guys thought. I was going to ask if you guys thought they were going to be a possible wild card team. Because I mean, you look at the AFC. You can list 5, 6, 7 teams that could be wild cards.
Unless the North puts in 3 teams, I say the Chargers. But right now, I'd probably go Chargers and then Steelers as my wild card as opposed to Steelers Ravens.
Yeah.
And then I also like the Jets as my other wild card, as I kind of mentioned.
Yeah.
All right. Any other surprise
You might
teams
see
like a
3
wild card
AFC
team?
North
you guys don't
teams in
like?
the playoff.
There's a good chance. 100%. There's a good chance. You might also see 3 AFC East teams in the playoffs.
It's just crazy. Like if there's 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs, that means one of either, like the Jets or the Chargers probably don't make
Jets,
the playoffs.
Chargers, Dolphins. Yeah, probably not.
I don't know
Yeah.
which one of those teams would. Dude, the AFC North is just loaded, man.
It's
like,
so loaded.
like I don't know. Maybe I'm overvaluing the Steelers, but I mean their preseason made me, it made me switch my tune up on this season quick, man. Like I have hope.
We're going to jump over now to the NFC. The defending NFC champion Eagles are minus 130 or so to win the East, followed by the Cowboys around plus 175, Giants plus 675, plus 700, and then the Commanders around a plus 1300. Who do you guys like in this one?
Anyone betting against the Eagles here? I'd love to
No.
hear that. If they are, then you can start, please. But I don't trust Dak Prescott enough. I trust the Cowboys. You switch the quarterbacks right now. Jalen Hurts to Dallas, Dak to Philly. I'm probably taking the Cowboys to win this division. But the quarterbacks, those are the guys that win you games and they're the game changers. So I'm going to lean Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
No, same thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like what the Cowboys are doing, but the Eagles are
cleaning
still,
up house a little bit. Cleaning up house.
Eagles
but God,
still have a top 3 offensive line and probably the best D line in the league. Their linebackers are a question mark. Their secondary is also a question mark. But I mean, they got the entire Georgia defense now,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy. I still think their defense is insane.
do you mind if I just name?
regardless of
Oh,
who's
God.
like playing in the secondary.
Do you
Like,
mind if I
they
just name a
killed
couple
this
players?
offseason.
Couple
Name some
players from
players.
the Eagles that could arguably start. I think the Eagles' second string defensive players could be a full defensive roster, defensive unit in the NFL. You got Jordan Davis, you got Josh Sweat, you got Derek Barnett, you got Nolan Smith, Avante Maddox, Kelly Ringo. I mean, like those are 6, 7 guys right
Jalen
there.
Carter, Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, but those are their starters. I was naming strictly their backup players right there. And
Oh,
that's
Kobe
about
Dean,
6.
Hassan
Yeah, that's
Reddick, like,
that's
Nolan
they are
Smith, this
so
team is-
deep. They are so deep that no matter if there's a team where you're going, oh, I'm a little scared about injury ridden, it's not the Philadelphia Eagles because they can throw a plethora of guys at you no matter what position. Outside of the linebackers, like you mentioned, a little weaker on their inside linebackers, but I mean, come on, that team is just it's got to be the deepest defense in the league. It just has to be. So I think we all ride Eagles on this one for sure.
Cowboys
The
and
Cowboys
Giants are
will still
wild.
be a playoff team, though.
Cowboys will be. Cowboys and Giants were wild cards last year. Do we like them to return as wild cards or no?
Not the Giants. Cowboys definitely can make a case for sure, but Giants, I don't trust them. I don't think they did too much this offseason. So
I like the addition of Darren Waller for them.
I do
do
like Darren
too.
Waller, and I like
I've been-
Jalen Hyatt. I like Jalen Hyatt. He's just a little thin. He gives me early Devontae Smith vibes. Sorry to cut you off, JJ.
No, yeah, I've been targeting Darren Waller in most of my fantasy drafts. With a guy like Daniel Jones, who's not like super aggressive downfield, and he's not like, making crazy Mahomes like throws. Like, he's shown tight ends to be kind of his safety blanket.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Giants wide receiver core is pretty injured right now, and it already was lackluster.
Yeah.
I feel like Darren Waller's gonna have a great year. I don't know why, I do.
Then moving on, probably the division I'm the most. I don't know, because the Detroit Lions are the favorites at around plus
The North,
140.
man.
Vikings, last year's division winner, around a plus 260. Certain books kind of have the Bears and Packers flipped. Like PointsBet has them both plus 375. BetMGM has the Packers at 350 and then the Bears at 450, and then DraftKings has Bears 380, Packers 400. What are we thinking here?
Start us off, Derek. Start us off. I gotta let my dog out anyway, so start us off, Derek. You take the reins.
I just don't know. Like, I think Detroit will be a playoff team. I just don't know if I can trust them to win the division. But I mean, honestly, then I might as well just go all the way. I still think the Vikings are solid. I mean, they got the 3 seed last year, obviously flamed out in the playoffs. But you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go Vikings. Vikings is my pick. Lions is a wild card.
I lean the Vikings. I mean, that defense arguably might be the worst defense in that division. I would die on that hill probably. That Vikings defense is just absolutely abysmal. But
It's so dog piss.
it's horrible. But I mean, Kirk in primetime scares me too. Like you're telling me this team's gonna win a division, but your quarterback can't play in primetime football, so that scares me. But I don't trust the Lions enough. I think they had a really peak, or what we would call a boom season last year. And I mean, they definitely have some additions that are going to help them out in a lot of different spots. I mean, you look at Jahmyr Gibbs, but I don't know. I lean Minnesota. Jordan Addison's going to help out Justin Jefferson as if he needs help, but he's going to take some pressure off him. And I don't know. I kind of trust this Vikings team, but yet again, you look at their starting running back is Alexander Mattison. Not a bad back, but he's not no crazy guy that's going to go over the edge and win you games single-handedly. At least I don't think he is. So it's a tough question. I lean the Vikings with you on that one, Derek, but I don't know. Go ahead, Jay.
This one's probably the toughest division to pick.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion. It's just any team can run away with this division and win it. But, dude, honestly, I'm not a big believer in the Vikings this year. I don't think they might not even make the playoffs. Their defense is not good. They lost Dalvin Cook. I know Madison's just Dalvin's twin, but
yeah, that's what they say, but I don't know.
But at the same time, I also don't trust a Jared Goff-led Lions team.
Yeah, no.
So using that logic, it leaves Green Bay as the team that I think
Who also have a new
dude.
quarterback.
Who also have a new quarterback.
Yes, but Jordan, I mean, dude, that Eagles game last year, he looked good, man.
Yeah, he did.
Bro, you got to think, he learned under Aaron fucking Rodgers for 2 seasons. It
Well,
was
three. This will be Jordan Love's 4th season in the NFL, but yes, so 3 seasons behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Rodgers,
With
behind Favre.
Yep.
People don't want to see Green Bay go the dynasty of Favre to the dynasty of Rodgers, and then
To the dynasty of Love.
no one wants to see that. But bro, they're still a talented team. Their offense is a question mark at wide
sure.
receiver, but I mean, Romeo Dobbs is serviceable. Watson could be a budding star in the league. They got Naperville product Jaden Reed out of Michigan State, who I actually was pretty high on when they drafted him. I actually guarded Bro in high school too. He was a dog. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go on a limb here and I'm gonna take the Packers. Like they still have a good defense. It's tough to win in Lambeau, and I'm just not confident in the Vikings. I think the Lions will be a playoff team though.
So then moving on to the next division here, the NFC South. This is another pretty weak one. We got the Saints, the favorites, around plus 110. And then the Falcons, a plus 200. Panthers around plus 400, 450. And then the Bucks, plus 750. DraftKings has them as low as plus 1,000. Who do you like in this one, Matt? I'll let you start since it's your favorite team's division.
Well, just kind of like you mentioned to start, this is definitely probably the second weakest division in the National Football League. But
We
you look
are
at
a
that Jags
huge NFC
division-
South podcast, though. At least we were last season.
Yeah, but you mentioned that the Jags were like kind of the clear cut in that AFC South, and that's the difference between the NFC South. I think is like I don't think there's that clear cut team that is gonna get the job done. So for that sake, I'm gonna be the homer boy, and I'm gonna go with my Atlanta Falcons. A lot of good acquisitions we made this year within Jeff Okudah, John Robinson, obviously probably the best talent coming out of the draft in terms of position. And I don't know. I trust us a lot. The Saints scare me. They do with Derek Carr, but I don't trust Kamara. I don't trust Michael Thomas. Chris Olave will be a dog, and that defense is going to swarm like they always do. But I think I trust Atlanta this year. I think a lot of people watching this pod can just agree off eye test that Ritter's might not be good, but he's better than Mariota was last year, and that was kind of what held us back. And we still won 7 games. And we add a top 5 to 7 back in the league in Bajan. Could be. I like the Atlanta Falcons a lot in this spot.
All right, I'm glad you said could be because Bro's not top 5 yet. He hasn't even.
No,
played
yeah.
a game.
No, I know. And Calais Campbell, we add him. We add Eddie Goldman. We beef up that front 5. We get Caden Ellis over from the Saints. He's a good interior linebacker. We get Bud Dupree from the Titans, an old veteran pass rusher, but a guy. And then we get Grady Jarrett coming back again. So I like the Falcons team. Obviously, it's a homer pick here, but if we're being honest, I think it's between the Falcons and the Saints, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, this division's poo. I don't have much analysis, but I'll take the Saints strictly because in a bad division, the team with the better defense normally wins games against poo offenses. The Buccaneers are going to be abysmal. I'm a huge Baker hater. I think Burrow might be the worst quarterback in the league outside of the rookies. Don't care. That's a take we can also discuss. But, yeah, I mean, Bryce Young's a midget. He can't throw the ball. I don't think Desmond Ridder was that much better than Mariota. I know you're a Falcon fan, Matt, but, they have a really good rushing game, but the Saints can stop the run. And if it comes down to 1 or 2 games and it's, a divisional fight at the end of the year, I think the Saints pull it out with Derek Carr.
To play devil's advocate real quick, I just want to play devil's advocate. I don't know if you know, the Saints did lose like 3 out of their 5 front 4 guys this season. They only retained Cam Jordan.
On the offensive side? Or
no, defensive side of the ball for like rush D. Like they only retained Cam Jordan. They lost Animata. They lost Sheldon Rankins. They lost that other young pass rusher they had. So I'm just throwing it out there, though. But I don't hate the pick on the Saints. Go ahead, though, Derek. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you guys off. I'm a Derek Carr believer. I think a new situation for him will be good.
I threw an MVP bet future on him last year. That shit cashed.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. I wouldn't do that. But I think he's gonna be good. He's gonna be a good leader for this the Saints team. A lot better than Jameis Winston at least. Funny guy, but not the greatest quarterback. So I'm gonna go with Saints. But I mean, it's like one of those. They'll be like the 4 seed and probably lose to like the Cowboys in the wild card game again.
Hating on Jameis Winston is crazy, bro.
I love the guy. Good content. Mans, but
it's the only quarterback in NFL history that can keep you in a game and also keep you out of the game at the same time.
He
was decent in Tampa, but then look, you had Tom Brady, and that team goes from missing the playoffs to winning the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, literally.
All right, final division: NFC West. Niners the favorites, winners from last year. NFC runner-ups. Seahawks are on plus 200. Rams plus 1,000, and then the joke of a franchise, Arizona Cardinals. Boom, 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 explosives. Plus 3,000. Anyone else other than the Niners? Or well, Jay, you were mentioning the Seahawks, so I'll let you start.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, Brock Purdy might not be like that. Might just be a magical 7-game run, bro. When I mean, the Niners are super talented, but so are the Seahawks. Like, dude, once JSN's already got his cast off his hand, like that offense is deadly. Geno Smith had revived his career last year. I don't know if the Seahawks are good enough to win this division. I could definitely see it. And obviously, sports books are kind of agreeing with that. They're only plus 200, to win the NFC West on FanDuel at least, which isn't, super big considering the Niners were one of the top teams in the whole league last year. I don't know. I feel like Brock Purdy maintaining success for 17 games might be hard. And, fuck it. Give me the Seahawks, man. Give me the Seahawks.
Well, you, Matt.
I think the Niners will be a playoff team, though, regardless of if they win their division or not.
I like the San Francisco 49ers here. I love the Seahawks, though. Man, like, they're scary.
They'll both be a playoff team.
Yes, it's
regardless
where they're
of
going to finish.
They'll both easily be a playoff team.
I agree with that 100%. But, yeah, I got to go with the Niners here. I'm contradicting my point about saying, like, the best quarterback in the division probably wins, but which is Stafford, but I mean, come on now. Geno, I love Geno, man. He made a jump this year, and I think mentally it was one of those jumps.
I said the best defense in the division wins.
Oh, you did say the best defense. I was saying best quarterback, though. But, so, I don't know. Brock scares me. I don't know if, like you said, he can go 17 games like this, but then you got Debo, you got McCaffrey, you got Elijah Mitchell.
They're so talented.
They're so talented. He doesn't
good.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be above and beyond great, but he just has to be par to win them games. But at the same time, Seattle, I mean, hey, they were a scary team last year, and they're only getting their footing under them now, adding JSN, they're adding Zach Charbonnet, they get a full, healthy, why am I blanking on their running back's name? Kenneth Walker this year. So, I mean, I trust Seattle a lot, but I'd probably lean the Niners. I also want to touch – we're good on time. I want to touch on that trade. Can we talk about Trey Lance? Just a snippet, a minute or two. What do you guys think about that? Going to Dallas, backing up Dak.
That's just a 49er disaster class.
Yeah.
3 first-round picks trading up for this guy. He starts 2 NFL games in his career.
Maybe he doesn't get injured.
I just didn't. I didn't agree with that pick when they made it. I didn't think it was a good pick.
No, I do think he'll get a boost of a revival though over there in Dallas. Even though he knows he's not starting, at least he's not the third string backup quarterback behind who they put him behind. Darnold, right? Sam Darnold, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So it's just like, wow, that's got to kill your ego. And then you go to Dallas, it's a winning franchise right there. Not that the Niners wasn't, or a winning franchise in the regular season. But I don't know. I mean, hey, everyone knows Dak's track record of being an interception phenom. So, hey, we might see a Trey Lance start this year. I would not be surprised. Shit, we saw Cooper Rush win 5 games for them. Why can't Trey Lance?
All right, I'm also going to the Niners. Just make it quick. Yeah, I just think they're the best team. I still think they're better than Seattle. So I know I'm being a bit of a lame picking most of the division favorites, but that's who I got. So we'll wrap it up here. Super Bowl. Is there any... First, if you have a long shot team you may want to throw it on, but then what is your actual prediction?
My long shot to win the Super Bowl this year is the Baltimore Ravens.
They're plus 1,800.
Like stated before, I'm not going to, beat the head over the coffin, but it's like, come on. That Lamar's back. If he's healthy, I could really see that team doing that. I mean, that's a gritty, nitty type of football that they play over there in Baltimore, and that's my long shot. That's my boom team to win the Super Bowl is the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, FanDuel has the Ravens at the 7th highest odds to win, plus 1,800.
So, yeah, maybe that's not a long shot.
Who do you have? No, I would qualify anything greater than, plus.
Like anything outside of top 4, probably,
yes.
Yeah.
Jay, what about you?
It's super hard.
And then go ahead and give your actual pick then if you don't have one.
No, I'm saying I was prefacing my pick by saying it's super hard to go back to the Super Bowl, 2 years in a row. But, I mean, I still think the Eagles have the most talented roster, top down, in the NFL. I'm a huge believer in Jalen Hurts. You know, probably the best O-line in the NFL. They have
Yes.
top 3 defense, and it got reloaded with young rookie talent. I got the Eagles winning it again, going back there. I don't think the Chiefs will make it back, though. I think the Eagles represent the NFC and win the Super Bowl. If I had to pick one team from the AFC to make it to the Super Bowl and then lose to the Eagles, my money would probably be on. I mean, it'd probably be on fucking Buffalo, if we're being honest. I know people have them every year, but I mean,
Buffalo, Philly.
Derek mentioned this earlier. Like, their window is closing, and it's closing fast. Yeah. So if Buffalo doesn't get it done this year, that would be very disheartening for fans of the Bills. But nonetheless, I got the Eagles winning.
Matt, do you want to give
How
your
about
actual
you?
pick?
Yeah, my actual pick. For the AFC, give me the Buffalo Bills, and then coming out of the NFC, might be a little shocker to some teams. Might be a little shocker, but I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Seattle, Buffalo, and give me Buffalo to win the Super Bowl.
Bro, just
over
tell me I'm a
Seattle.
ball knower, bro. Just call me ball knower.
Just
Jay
pick the
from now
Eagles
on.
and Chiefs next time. Why don't you?
Bro, dude, you fucking picked the Super Bowl. Even if you picked one of the best teams, it's still
I know,
hard.
but I think Seattle might make it, bro. JSN, Lockett. Come on, that scares me. DK? All right, go ahead,
Mine's
Dakota.
gonna pain me. If I'm going long shot, I might just sprinkle it on the Jets. Like I said, I think Aaron Rodgers is due for like a really good year. My actual pick though, I'm agreeing with JJ. I'm going with the Eagles. And then as much as it pains me, I think your Super Bowl, what is it this year? 58, 57, 58.
I think it's 58.
I believe so. Champion will be the Cincinnati Bengals. I think
Wow.
they take down Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. Buffalo's built a team to beat Kansas City, so I think they beat Kansas City. Like I said, I think Cincinnati will have a high enough record, just they'll have so many free wins against the West, that they'll get the 1 seed this year. Or Buffalo can finally knock off Kansas City. I don't think they knock off Cincinnati, and I think Joe Burr goes all the way. So that's my
Joe
pick.
Burr. All right, to recap it real quick before we end, everybody give their MVP. Start us off, Derek.
I don't know. I haven't looked at that. Joe Burrow, since he's
All right, there
winning
you
the Super
go.
Bowl.
Jay?
What was the finalist from last year?
For MVP? The
Yeah.
final?
It's usually just a quarterback. Pick a
It's
quarterback.
usually quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know. It was Jalen Hurts though who
Yes.
won it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's hard to repeat success from that year. I don't know. I feel like Joey B, if he stays healthy, could easily win an MVP. Voter fatigue, we see it with MVP voting in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's easy to give it to Mahomes every year. It could be easy to give it to Hurts again. But yeah, Joey B. It's early to call that, but
I'm going to take Mr. Rookie, 5,000 passing yard, Justin Herbert. I think it's his year to do it. And, yeah, simple as that.
All right.
or
Well, that'll
T-Law.
wrap it up.
T-Law could be in for an
T-Law
MVP
might be a
year.
nice sprinkle. T-Law might be a nice sprinkle.
Could be. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. The first episode of season 2. It was good to be back, boys. Thank you to all of us for watching. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Any closing words?
Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, hit that big, chunky, fat red subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on the noties. Noti gang.
gang.
Yes, sir. Noti gang.
And follow the Boomer Buzz socials.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
They'll all be
Linked
linked
in the
below.
bio.
Linked
right.
in bio.
We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.